And welcome back to episode 219 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I'm your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
This motherfucker.
Here with my point man and co-host, D-Generation X, X-Pocalypse.
You hear that, Mike? You hear that, Mike?
Malcolm King. I also got my guy, Coach Mike, in the building. What's happening with my guys?
What's going on, sir?
The only
I know you still geek.
warrior, right? The only long-standing warrior.
Man, that's
it's real. You know what's real funny.
Here we go.
So I haven't been on as much this year as I would have liked to be.
Right.
I haven't seen Q.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen CT. I haven't seen Britt. Malcolm's here, so I can rub it into him. Cliff's here. His team didn't even make the.
Man, that's all right.
So as the only host that supports a team that is still in the playoffs.
Why does it feel like deja vu for some reason? Like I just feel like that was a deja vu moment. I don't know.
Because guess what? This is like 4 or 5 years in a row that we're back to the Bills winning the division.
You're back, but if you don't,
their first round game.
But if you don't get anywhere past the AFC Championship game this year, I question if you don't have an oversized Doug fucking Flutie.
Shit.
Here's the deal. Like, yes, I want us to make the big game, right? Like, of course I do.
Right.
He has breathed life into this franchise, both McDermott and Josh.
Yeah, they
have breathed life into this franchise that has been dormant for 25 fucking years.
I agree with that.
So, even if they don't win, like the fact that they give me a reason to watch the NFL again, like I've watched more NFL in the last 4 years than I have the last 25.
Right. I know that feeling.
It's why I'm back. Like and I used to be a college guy, but with everything that goes on now with NIL and the transfer portal and all that shit, like
it's different.
It's different, and I could care less anymore. So let's can we kick it off? Can we kick it off?
There goes your boy, Mike. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Your boy just.
The Patriots are irrelevant. I mean, Bill Belichick finally retired.
Hey.
Like, okay.
I forgot about that.
He said he ain't gonna stop rapping. CT Ski in the building for the audio listeners.
The next few weeks, we're gonna see a few of these.
Jared Mayo, fuck out of here,
man.
Gerard, hey, get it right, Gerard Mayo, baby.
Oh, my bad, Gerard.
Gerard.
He used to play for. He's a Super Bowl champ. Gerard Mayo at that. Get it right.
You right.
What does that do for the Pats?
Not a damn thing, because they don't have Tom Brady anymore.
we start fresh. We start fresh with Gerard Mayo. No, he's smart, black young coach. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring in some. I think he can bring in some talent. And I think we got the third most money in free agency this year. I think we got about 75 mil. 75 mil.
They've been saving up.
Right. Well, Belichick.
They're ready to make a down payment now.
Right.
Listen, Belichick ain't about to empty nothing unless it's COVID.
Can we get Josh McDaniels back over to call some offensive plays for us, man? Can we?
I'm not mad at you. I'm looking at that with my team with Frank Reich. I've been told you that, Cliff. Bring Frank Reich back as an OC. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to come back home.
Derrick Henry, what you want? What you want?
Right. That's going to be a big spectacle with free
Vrabel, you want to get on staff?
Yeah.
Vrabel, we got a spot for you, Vrabel.
He's not going back down less than a head coach anytime soon. Vrabel's interviewing with the Seahawks, they said.
No, if they wanted Vrabel, they should have hired Vrabel. Like,
thank you. Didn't I say that, Cliff, off the podcast? Or
right.
It might have been. I was like, they should have got right.
Right.
But
I mean, but I do like the pickup. It tells me that the Pats are ready to go away from that traditional Patriots right ball, and that's a plus. That's a plus in my opinion because the league was evolving past that.
And we got a black head coach at that too.
I was really shocked.
That is different.
That was really,
that's real
especially
different.
in New England.
That's what I was about to say.
I was gonna say Boston as a whole, though, right? Because
y'all know, like,
I know you don't
African Americans.
I was gonna say, Mike, I know you don't probably follow the basketball too close, but they got a black Celtics basketball head coach too. Like they've been changing the tide in Boston as a whole lately. Like I'm kind of shocked. Like I don't know.
It's nice for the Tea Party to finally join, the current century.
Robert Kraft got the DC chain with Meek Mill now. You know.
No.
Oh yeah, he's like best friends with Meek Mill. Yeah,
he gave Meek Mill a Super Bowl ring. Meek Mill just be having it out without the case on, and Meek Mill got that ring dirty.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're like best friends, Cliff.
Let me find out Robert Kraft fucking with Meek Mill to try to get a hold of them pretty young black things. He said, "Go on, sit." He said, "Go on. I need some of what you got going on.
I need some of those massages." Yeah.
You know, I ain't seen them like that around here. I need somebody from the block.
I seen you had Nicki. I need me one of them Nicki Minaj.
You know,
I'm trying to get with them Barbies.
Listen, I ain't mad at it. Fuck it. Yeah, how you live, dream chaser.
That's why you said let's get Bill Belichick out of here, man. Gerard Bell, you can come with me. That's what he on, Robert Kraft. Keep it low.
But yeah, no, I think it's gonna take a while. The question is, does he maintain his position while y'all are in that process? Because nowadays they don't give a motherfucking time to get right, and y'all gonna need some time to get right. That's a fact.
True that.
So hopefully they ride him out the long way, but we'll see.
I'm happy where we are though. End of this.
What game y'all want to jump into? What was the most? I don't know.
I mean, my Eagles got smashed, but like I said, I've been telling y'all that.
Right. Yeah.
That game didn't show me nothing I didn't already know.
Right. We kind of established that last week that we wasn't too confident in them.
Now, do I always think they're gonna play as bad as they play though, even though I know they're gonna lose? No, that gets me every time. Especially the missed tackles, Mike. And
that shit was awful. That shit was those missed. It looked like their defense was on high school shit.
Not even high school. That's
awful.
101.
High school kids know fundamentals.
Right, Mike. That's like little league. That's when we all started first playing. Like
that shit.
Come on.
That shit looked awful out there. I'm not gonna lie. That defense looked atrocious.
The offense too.
Everybody.
I mean, the offense was struggling, but the defense was they just weren't out there to play. It seemed like they were trying to play without getting a uniform dirty. Like people didn't want to touch the ground. They was just like trying to wrap up and like it was like, what are you doing?
It didn't make sense.
Like I said, their offense all year. If they don't got that Hail Mary, like that deep ball down the field, I think that's how they scored their touchdown too. I think Devontae Smith caught a deep one down the field.
It wasn't for a touchdown, but it was
but
like the 3-4 yard line or something like that.
But that's normally what I remember seeing from the Eagles over the
55er.
Last few years. AJ would have those deep balls. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I said. But that's what me and Mark both been saying. I gotta give him credit as well. But I originally said they don't have a fucking game plan. They don't have a game plan. They're just telling him to go out and do you,
and Jalen Hurts is not audible at the line.
That
Probably
He
because they
is
don't
a
trust
terrible.
him to.
He's like, all right, I get to play in my helmet. I'm gonna go run this
because
Like,
they
he
don't trust
tell-
him
Hey,
to. Who else
I
would
need
you
you to motion.
trust?
I need to motion this tight end. Tight end come block over here. He don't do none of that.
And
You
he
can't-
just looks defeated now. Like if you look at his
He's quiet. He looks like a
mannerisms,
quiet.
he
He
just
been
looks
that.
like he's-
Cutler vibe.
Well, yeah,
Jay
he's
Cutler
been that.
vibe.
Like
That's
listen,
because
but
the
like,
NFL scriptwriters decided that Philly needed to be knocked down a peg.
like even pre podcast when I was catching up on the phone with my dad earlier, like even he asked me just like everybody else is that. Like he's like, what happened to the Eagles in the second half of the season? I don't know. Besides the obvious, they're clearly not playing for each other. They're not playing for the coaches. Jalen Hurts just looks fucking checked out. You know what I mean? He's
feel like-
laid back in general, but he looks
They
looks
are
checked
who we
out.
thought they were.
Real talk, Mike. Like, did
I
you guys
just-
see? Cliff sent it to me. Did y'all see Sirianni got a thing of popcorn thrown at him by a fan after the game? A Philly fan.
You
in
see,
the
I
paper
sent
bag
that
after the
sent that
game?
to y'all. Yep.
And the motherfucking bucket. And the bucket. The popcorn and the bucket. The popcorn wasn't enough. He got to toss the bucket too.
And Sirianni got to remember, Philly is cutthroat, bro. Like you didn't even win a ring. You took us to the big game, but y'all remember when we had Doug Peterson, we won a ring with him. I think it was either the next year or the year after. He did terrible, one of the two. They let him go. There was no regaining.
Right.
That was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, yes and
No,
no. because
it
y'all
was-
understand Philly.
It was the year. It was the year after
the year
because
after.
they got rid of Wentz too. Because they started Wentz that following
Right.
year. He came
Right.
back. Wentz did awful. They got rid of Wentz and
Peterson.
Dougie P. But
and then I just don't know, fellas. I mean,
listen, Baker
I
looked
Half the
good.
team, and then you know it's
Baker-
about to be broken up next
looked
year.
all right.
It ain't gonna be-
He looked all right.
Ain't gonna be
Well,
the
no,
same
no,
team.
I'll say he looked good. I'll say he looked good, just considering the fact of how many hurries they had on him, how often he had to move out of pocket. 4 sacks, 30 hurries. He still completed 22 of 36 for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
yeah, I mean, a couple of those drops were on his guys, but I mean, you know, they were punting the ball a lot. I mean, they scored. I mean, obviously too, but like at first they were punting the ball a lot as well. Neither team could put points up. So like, yeah, he came alive throughout the game, but I mean. And I'm not trying to sound two-faced because I like Baker. I've been talking about Baker. But if I'm being honest, like how impressed am I with that game from Baker? Because yes, it's impressive, but it's like we know Philly's shitty. We all knew that they were shitty. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
play.
man.
No,
I thought
it's
they
not
was
the-
gonna
I
turn
mean,
it on.
It's not
the entire NFC collapsed at the end of the year.
I
It's
wouldn't
not,
say the
Like
entire
Philly,
NFC.
Cowboys, like they all collapsed.
Well, no, you can't say that, Mike, because Detroit got on a run.
Detroit
so did
was
the Rams.
tough.
The Rams
Yeah, I
got on a
agree with you.
run.
Rams
Detroit.
Rams did go on a run.
They did
Once
go on a run.
Puka
The
came
Packers
back.
did. Once Aaron Jones came back, I thought the Packers went on their little run.
I hear
know
you,
what I mean?
but we weren't talking about any of those teams at the beginning of the season, or even at the midway point of the season.
No,
What I am saying is the teams that were dominating up through the midpoint of the season all fell off.
Okay,
They
no, I'm
peaked
not.
too early.
I don't know. The Lions, I would consider they've
Right.
always
Where-
kind
where
of held
were
their
they-
position.
Where were they at
Consistent.
mid-season?
Yeah, they've held their position
Hey, I don't
pretty
know
tough.
that. Well, right. I don't know that answer offhand, but yeah.
I'm curious. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because I can't remember off top. But yeah, they've been pretty consistent.
So
throughout.
they were pretty consistent. They lost like every third or fourth game,
Yeah. I mean,
which isn't bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good streak.
Now,
All right.
I mean,
I'll
but
take
Mike,
that back from the
we do.
Lions.
Well, Mike, we do know. I mean, all you're getting at, and I respect it. Like the NFC definitely is weaker than AFC.
Right, we've
NFC
been
is
said that.
Definitely the better conference. I'm not. So I get that, but yeah, I mean, to your point though, people just I don't fucking know what happened.
You know what? That it's funny. I
No.
seen on the I can't remember what I was
Can't
watching.
even say injuries because that's the thing. You can't even really say injuries for a lot.
Because
of people.
everybody's injured. Like the
Right.
Bills,
Right.
the Bills barely have 3 of their original
I
starting.
did see
11.
another person got hurt, right, Mike, in the last
Yeah,
game.
Bernard got hurt,
That's crazy.
and then another the dude we picked up mid-season to help our ailing secondary got hurt too, and that was either this week or last week. But and I'm blanking on dude's name, but he's a corner.
But still, yeah.
So yeah,
Guys just ain't playing. I mean, guys just aren't. Dak wet the bed. Jalen Hurts wet. Motherfuckers went to bed at the end of the day. A lot of people did.
I mean, what it is players play through injury, of course, throughout the season, and then once
Tua went to bed.
And then once they get to the playoffs, they feel like they have to play or they have to do. And, you know, it only takes one instance to put you over the top, G.
Right.
No doubt.
Right. And
that's not like a fault to anyone. That's what you're expected to do. But
it was just a weird year.
I don't think it's a weird year. I think it's a trend that's not gonna stop. Like, as much as they think that they're protecting players with football with all of these rules, it's not. It's not.
Well, and if they really wanted to protect players, they wouldn't have extended the season. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason this has to be more than a 12, 14 game season.
Right.
Another TV game for money.
Yep. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a money play. I said, if they really cared about the players, they'd cut down on the preseason, and then two, they drop 2 games from the regular season.
I guess it helps them get incentives though.
Shit, 2 games now is still get you 15.
Right.
But it doesn't. That's the thing about it as well. I get getting your incentives and all that, right. But motherfuckers were getting your yards back in the day where the game was more physical games. And 5 less. You feel me? So like, I'm not for all like everything being a big money grab. I'm not for all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't hit your incentive, I'm sure the incentives would adjust accordingly as well, based on the fact that you reducing games. So, you know, like I'm not really here for all of that. Y'all niggas already get paid crazy bread. Practice squad getting paid decent. So y'all getting paid crazy bread.
Right.
Even the low man on the totem pole. You're still getting paid a lot.
No doubt.
Well, Danny DeVito.
But that's what I was about to say. I seen on I can't remember what I was watching, and they was talking about your boy Jordan Love turned up ever since Thanksgiving when they didn't have a turkey leg there for him. And I noticed that because I was eating while that was going on, and I was like,
no turkey leg.
I was like, they ain't got no turkey leg for him. Like, the nigga went off. And the dude was like, I think the announcer said, like, we apologize. Nobody had a turkey prepared for the game. And I was thinking, like, what?
Isn't that tradition?
It is.
Detroit? Wasn't it Detroit?
Was it Detroit?
Regardless, it's always the tradition. Thanksgiving Day always got.
Was it Packers Detroit?
Yeah,
Kelsey
probably. I'm
ran
sure
off
because it usually is.
Turkey leg. Kelsey had him.
I know. I bet against them. I bet against Green Bay that week. I just can't remember if it was Detroit that I was leaning. That
Kelsey was hit. I mean, it wasn't Kelsey. It was Kittle. Kittle was handed to dudes in the crowd. I said he was giving turkey legs way out here.
And then all the players said last year that the turkey legs don't be hot. Why not?
Are we really having this discussion?
I'm upset about it though. Like you just go on like, fuck these niggas. Like, they just played the whole game. You just getting paid to talk. Have one of them motherfucking commentators run their ass down there and heat it up for a second and roll out a fucking turkey leg platter, whatever you want to do. But it's a part of the game. That shit's crazy.
Sometimes they run out.
So shit. I hope Jordan Love put it to the 49ers. Ain't that who they
get
put?
That alert. Get the football alert.
Dallas will not make head. Oh, that's interesting.
What's it say?
Yeah. Dallas will not make a head coaching change with Mike McCarthy for the 2024 season, even after They're probably.
Who is this?
It says ESPN Bleacher Report.
Alert. This just in.
So I'm gonna have to give a pre-early hit the shower so I don't forget to Jerry Jones.
I don't know.
I
Maybe he
disagree.
feeling like he ain't have a fair shake with injuries and shit.
Can't be. Nope.
And he's not the
Mike,
problem.
what'd you just say earlier about injuries and teams?
Everybody
He's not
said
the
Can't use
problem.
that,
Right,
Cliff.
but
No,
he
no.
but they lost
And you're talking about Diggs, Cliff. Name somebody else that was respectfully.
Parsons was still in and out.
He was there most of the time.
He was all right.
He was not impactful at all.
But
he was in and out.
I think they said he had 0 rushes.
But Cliff, everybody was in and out. Justin Jefferson got 1,000 yards in like 7 games. Everybody was in and out.
Yeah, you're right. He was definitely.
I don't give nobody no slack. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not trying to give him slack. I'm just saying
And
that
then
you didn't have
you lost to the team that we picked you up from to let you go. To them, and you lost to their young coach and their young quarterback.
Right.
And y'all, we lost at home. At home.
So Mike
What?
McCarthy is now the new Marvin Lewis. Is that what?
Thank you. Right. Really? But guys, you just talked about it earlier, Cliff. Guys is not getting chances after a year or two. He been there for how long now and been getting chance after how many chances has this man got?
2, 3.
They only gave Jason Garrett what?
But that's the thing. I guess that's why
7 seasons.
I guess that's why motherfuckers be indifferent about him, right? Because like we talk about regular season, you dominate.
That's not what Jerry wants.
Of course, that's not what he wants, but it's like, why is it that we're dominating now, but we're not getting over the hump in the postseason? And honestly, I think that comes down to players.
What do you mean? You got some of the most money, if not the most money in the league. You've had some of the best of the best.
I think
that's not an issue.
I think Dak
just because
Prescott,
you're paying them doesn't mean they're the best. Of the
you hear what I'm saying?
No, I understand. I agree with you, Mike. I'm just saying they can afford. We've already seen it. They've signed whoever they wanted, whenever.
I think Dak
what I mean?
Prescott, is a grade above, but the same kind of player as Derek Carr.
Okay, I can see
I
that.
think Dak Prescott is just another Tony Romo.
Right.
I mean,
in the end.
No, that's
in the end.
Right. But the only reason
it's
why
not
I
the
say
pieces, Cliff. They got one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league. CD went off this year.
Deron Bland led the league in interceptions. But that
Michael
at the same
Parsons
time,
supposed to be a top 5 linebacker.
but at the same time, what would happen if you
But
had
you got a bunch of individual
Trayvon
stars.
Diggs
with
you got
him?
a bunch of individuals.
I'm
you got
trying
a
to
bunch
tell
of
you,
individuals. You don't have a team.
You're giving him too much credit, Cliff. He's a good player, but he's not a game changer. Trayvon Diggs is a good player.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't. You're questioning what if they had him? What if?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm
Teams
ready.
don't pass on him, no, for real.
And then you got the nigga that got 9 interceptions, leading the league in interceptions
Yeah,
on your squad without him,
He was a
with
big
no
piece.
Trayvon Diggs,
But that's
getting
what
pick
Shannon Sharp said. He
sixes
said
multiple weeks and shit.
when they don't get pick sixes and stuff, they don't
But that
really be in
doesn't
games.
put points on the board for your offense, though. You know what
That's
I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
Even
It
if
puts
you had a
points
couple
on your
stops,
board, but I understand what you're saying.
That doesn't generate your offense is still in the same boat.
And
You know
let's
what I
keep
mean?
it a buck. Dak's been looking like Tua, Hurts, and Lamar. Most of your yards are on deep balls to CD.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do
You're
Lamar.
You're not hitting most of his balls are deep too. Deep balls to Zay Flowers and all. That's where you're getting the chunks of your
'cause
yardage.
He's the play extender. Like he's a guy that extends plays. I get
But
it.
you're not doing like actual quarterback shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're not hitting the passes that need to be made to, lead your man into getting extra yards. You're throwing them into trouble. You're like all these things.
I did see a lot of that.
You know what I'm saying? You're throwing your receivers into trouble. You're not setting them up for success, although you're padding your stat line.
They need to get rid of Michael Gallup.
But here's my thing. They always say the definition of insanity is.
And I had him on my fantasy at one point. No, you're right about
Snowden.
Doing the
continue.
same
You're right.
thing over and over, and
Expecting a
different
different
results.
result,
So
right?
come on, y'all. If y'all keep bringing back Dak, y'all keep bringing back McCarthy, and Cliff, I get your. I hear you about the Trayvon Diggs. I'm just saying, like, there's still other issues, even if Trayvon.
No.
is
You're
there,
absolutely
you know what I mean?
correct. That's
And
right.
So,
but that changes things
Yeah,
as well.
Tony Pollard wasn't effective when like
He
he really do
definitely
shit.
wasn't.
He let me down a lot of weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
Touchdown scores.
So yeah, it was like CD Lamb or bust for them for real.
Yeah,
Brandon Cook
right.
sometimes, Jake Ferguson. It just wasn't like you just.
I mean,
CD,
Pollard.
like
Pollard
it took a long time for Cooks to get going.
Right. But for all the talk about Pollard last season.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not
you didn't.
like that money.
Right.
James Cook had more yards than Pollard.
James Cook was third in the league in rushing this year, and we'll get to that later. But I think Dowdle kind of
was cool.
Yeah, he kind of showed up for a bit. He got hurt, but I think he showed up for a bit for them, like in the absence of Pollard. But I did want to talk about that Browns Texans game.
CJ's man.
That Browns.
Listen, I mean, what is there to talk about? Like, I was watching. I was playing something with my kiddo.
Right.
Got halftime. Was gonna watch the second half, and by then,
right,
like it was out of hand.
I thought the Browns would take it though.
Right, I thought so too. Like,
I thought the Browns would take it.
Their defense was one of the top. They always end up being. Yeah.
It was another. It was on Instagram. I can't remember where CJ was. Oh, he was with Pat McAfee and somebody else on ESPN. Like, I don't know what it was for, but you know, like how he did for the college when he was back for the Ohio State, whatever game that was, and they was like around the desk. And I think it was somebody that was like, it wasn't McAfee. I think it was the other dude. He was like, Stephen A. Smith or somebody else said you was going like basically shit the bed this week. Like you was too young to be in this position. They had Flacco outside, and all you see was CJ like, oh, for real? Like, and whoever put the post up said, and it was at this moment I knew that the Texans was gonna kill the Browns.
Man, when I saw it was, I think it was towards the beginning of the second quarter, and it was 17-14. I'm like, all right, cool, we got a game. And I went to turn it on halfway through the third quarter, and it was out of hand by then.
He had the ball on a string, though.
Collins, like it ain't nothing.
He had the ball on a string. He had the ball on the string.
Ward can do nothing with Collins.
And apparently, I need to walk back all my negative commentary about CJ Stroud. I did not think he would translate to the NFL.
I didn't have negative commentary about him because I did say that I think he was the best, Ohio State quarterback that we had. Right. Yeah. But I did say I don't think he would be the one to break the curse. I did say that. I do remember saying that.
Just because he had a hot rookie season, like get through your first, second, third year, and then we can have a conversation.
I don't know. I understand what you're saying, and I agree, but
he got to be in the MVP talks.
You gotta think though. CJ didn't even have all his wide receiving core
right
the season. Tank went out. Nico Collins was injured a couple times, and then
Noah Brown was hurt.
So like he had a floating receiving core. If you
and Pierce,
right,
his running back.
Yeah, running back. So I mean, and to do what you did, given the situation,
even Singletary was in and out.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, even Devin Singletary was in and out.
CJ
right.
I think he missed 2 games.
I know he missed that one.
Yeah,
I know he missed that one. Was it?
I mean, he's not even in the top 5 for MVP consideration, though. If you're looking at the odds right now,
that's crazy.
No, what's crazy is
probably
that
not.
Tua is.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, but he at the top of quarterbacks in the league with stat wise.
Right, that's my thing. Like numbers don't lie, so I don't understand how they
He's at the
consider
top
him.
of the league.
He had a lot of 300-yard games.
Yeah, he was a dog.
But yeah, nah, you gotta put some respect on CJ's name.
And you
Everything
also
else,
have to understand that Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco, and it was
He's
great
a
that he came
veteran.
in and gave them some life at the end of the season. But if you thought Joe Flacco was going to take you to the Super Bowl, get out of here.
listen,
I mean, I didn't
statistically,
think that, but go ahead, Cliff.
I didn't think, yeah, me either. but
no, we
focus
didn't
on
think
the
this
game
was
or
gonna
two.
be a Nick Foles situation where
Right,
he came in
hell
and, you
no.
know. I mean, it would have been interesting for the storyline, but nah, I didn't see that taking place. I did hear a lot of brownies like, we going to the Super Bowl, and I just kept being like, with Flacco, though?
How much
All
of a
right.
slap in the face would that have been, though, to see Joe and go back to Baltimore?
Yeah, that would have been the storyline. But I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
They ruined that storyline. The scriptwriters fucked up.
I actually think this is a very interesting matchup for the Ravens, the Texans. I think that's a very interesting matchup.
Raekwon Smith now looking different.
Roquan Smith been doing all right.
Great.
He been looking all right. I think he was sixth in tackles, they said.
Patrick Queen, them boys.
Yeah, he was sixth in tackles, but I don't really quite understand how they measured that.
You don't understand how they count tackles?
No, okay, so let me give you an
Solo
example. So
tackles
we'll
are
run them
six.
down, right? So at number 1, we got Bobby Wagner, Seahawks linebacker, 183 combined, 77 solo, 3.5 sacks. Then you got Zaire Franklin, Indianapolis linebacker, 179 combined, 87 solo, 1.5 sacks. Then you got Alex Singleton, Denver linebacker, 177 solo, 177 combined, 83 solo, 2 sacks. And then here's where it gets interesting, right? Because you got Foye Olakun for Jacksonville, 173 combined, 91 solo, 2.5 sacks.
Okay.
Why the fuck is he number 4?
So wait, he has more.
Because it's
Does he have more
totals
solo?
and it's not solo or assists, it's total.
But yeah, I guess that would still be.
I mean, I hear you. I value solo tackles more, but
Right.
That's not the stat. The stat is overall tackles usually.
Assist and yeah.
Yeah, that's wild to me. But Roquan Smith is, well, I guess for 5 is Azeez Al-Shaair for Tennessee. He had 163 combined, 62 solo, 2 sacks.
I don't even know who that is, but okay.
And then Roquan Smith was at 6 with 158 combined, 74 solo, 1.5 sacks. But I was saying that because of something that was said previously. I can't remember what that was.
We talking about Roquan Smith against
The
Texans.
matchup
Yeah.
against the Texans. That's what it was. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting, right? That's gonna be a very interesting game.
Tough defense. Ravens.
No, very tough defense. I think that, of course, situationally, I'll say, the Texans can have a very explosive offense. And I've seen situations where the Ravens can't put up points, where it's a Justin Tucker fest for the whole game. Now, I'm not saying that the Texans defense is good enough to make that happen, but they're also not slouches as well.
I don't
So,
know if they can stop Mar around this time. They just need a couple games.
I mean, but he can't do it himself. And we talked about it. You're
He got Odell. He got Likely.
and you're gonna need to
Flowers.
use a lot of Isaiah.
And it looked like what's the name coming back?
Mark Andrews coming back.
I saw him. Yeah,
That nigga been out for 15 weeks.
He's coming back.
Yeah, he been out for a minute. What did he get hurt with?
And I might be giving him some.
You looking it up? Is he coming back?
I'll look it up.
But I'm saying though, what is that? What is that? Like how? Like I understand Mark Andrews is a top wide receiver, but what does that look like? You being out that long, coming back to a postseason game. Like, what are you expecting? Like, how much do you think that tips the scales?
He was a full participant in today's practice.
Oh man! Oh yeah, it's on.
He had a significant ankle injury. Is what he
I'm just saying, I don't know that tips the scales. Don't get me wrong. Mark Andrews hot is somebody to be concerned about.
But that's another weapon for Lamar coming back. That I didn't think they was gonna have, but now that they got him, what?
Look up.
Even as a decoy.
Look up Lamar's stats for me, Mike, one of y'all, and I want to know how many games he threw more than 25 passes, 25 attempts.
Yeah, these last few weeks for sure.
Because he's had to. But naturally, he doesn't throw very many passes per game.
You said more than 25 attempts?
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 28.56.
28.56. That's not awful. That's not awful.
Yeah. 11 games, with at least 25 attempts.
That's not awful. That's a little better than
He had one game with 40. He had one game with 43 attempts.
Who's that against?
Yeah.
That was the Rams, and he had 35 attempts against the Niners when he beat them.
Well, that makes sense because the Rams have Donald and the Niners had Bosa and Young at that point. So he gotta get rid of that ball in them games. Ain't no dancing around. That makes sense.
Dancing too.
Well, he's gonna dance that's what he does. He dances, but
he's a dancing man.
The question is, are you dancing behind the line or are you dancing past the line of scrimmage? In those two games, very clearly, he was dancing behind the line.
Where you dancing?
Making it happen. He probably threw for. Did he go for 400 that game?
Well, shit. Since we talking about stats, like we said, quarterbacks statistically, as far as stats go, Lamar Jackson was 15th. Ranked 15th quarterback with 3,678 yards, 67.2 completion percentage, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You were 15th.
CT's boy.
Not too bad. Almost through.
No, not bad at all. But I mean, when we talking
very middle of the pack.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong.
Who's in the top 5 there?
Josh is 4. Josh is 4 with 4,306 yards, 66.
Right behind.
But listen. Let me finish. 4,306 yards, 66.5 completion percentage, 29 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, second most interceptions in the league behind Sam Howell with 21 and 21.
But that 18 is down. His ratio between touchdowns and interceptions dropped the last 6 weeks.
I hear you. Okay.
He has been smarter with the ball in the back half of the season.
Well, yeah, that's when it counts. He better be. He wasn't so much last year, though. Last year, he was kind of more gunnish the back half of the season.
A little bit.
Because didn't he throw 2 in that Miami game?
Though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing.
Goff
I don't know. Did he rush for
Was
1,000?
up there too, wasn't he? No, this year.
Yeah, Goff was
Josh
number 2.
Did not rush for 1,000.
Oh no, Lamar. Did Lamar rush for 1,000?
Oh, Goff, no.
Goff is number 2. Goff had 4,575 yards, 67.3% completion, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
And 2 is number 1, and he's sitting on the couch at home.
4,624 yards, 69.3% completion, 29 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I actually see, I can see you edging Goff out over Tua.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has less than 100 more yards and 2% higher on the completion, but Goff has more touchdowns and less interceptions. I'll take that over what Tua got going on.
Lamar's leading in rushing for the Ravens with 800.
It's a lot of junk.
Yeah, motherfuckers was trying to speak that MVP into existence. That wasn't something that was actually happening. They was like, Lamar is MVP. They got the whole motherfucking casuals to believe it too. Like, yep. No, the fuck he ain't.
And with all of those rushing attempts, only 5 touchdowns rushing.
They came early too.
Well, that's okay. So with Lamar,
as opposed to the real running quarterback.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. With Lamar, he has a lot more design runs than Josh Allen does.
He still only has 5 touchdowns.
But that's what I'm saying. When you have design runs, it's not impromptu. You're not catching anybody off guard on the defense. It's just, can I get these yards or not?
I'd be willing to bet that 40 to 50% of Josh's are designed.
Josh's touchdowns are designed?
Yeah, of his rushing touchdowns. Because a lot of them are coming off of the brotherly shove, the tush push, whatever.
And Tampa Bay stopped the tush push last week too. I meant to bring that up in the game. I haven't seen too many people stop it.
That's what I said too. They stopped that.
But it was also close too because he grabbed up
face
under.
Mask.
Yeah, it wasn't his face mask. It was up under his ear. His ear pad, and he pulled it. So I could have seen, I could see a ref still calling that. Because there's no reason your hand should be
anywhere near
inside his helmet.
Yeah.
So
I got to jump off soon, so I'm going to hit mine.
Who's hitting them?
No. We are talking about the Bills and their playoff win.
Oh, okay. Oh, over the Steelers?
I mean, and don't get me wrong, beating the Steelers is nothing to be proud of. They suck. The fact that Mason Rudolph is still in the league is shocking to me. So that surprised me.
Put Kenny back in.
and then the other shocker for that game for me, after spending living 6 years in Pittsburgh.
What?
Cam Hayward's overweight ass is still in the NFL. He's getting up there for a defense.
He made the Pro Bowl last year, though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
He's still relevant.
I understand that he's still relevant. I was just surprised to hear the name because I remember where he came in. It was either his rookie year or his second year where he came in 30 pounds overweight or some nonsense.
I mean, let somebody grow. Can we grow?
let him.
He talking about his rookie year, his second year. Can we mature? Can we grow?
Like 15 years ago when he
Can we grow
I was living in Pittsburgh at that point, so that's why I remember it.
Can we grow into the Pro Bowlers we know we are?
Give us some time here to get on a meal prep plan.
Or should we be judged by our rookie year?
And we're gonna see what them Bills talking about. That's gonna be interesting with them and the Chiefs. Well, Mike, what's your prediction before you go? What's your
my prediction is Mahomes has to play somewhere other than fucking Arrowhead. How about that? In the playoffs.
And you know what? And you know what? Too is it.
Which means he doesn't have his pocketbook officials that are in his Rolodex or in his phone that he can call up and text anytime he needs to whine about something.
Well, but as long as he's got Taylor Swift supporting his homeboy, he's got help everywhere he goes.
Listen, we seen Buffalo Stadium last week. I don't know if they still got the snow out. Swift ain't gonna be too comfortable in that
motherfucker. Oh, Taylor's coming. Oh,
yeah,
immediately.
She ain't gonna be. Matter of fact, if I was Buffalo, I would say, lower the temperature on their skybox to 60, please.
Right. So a couple of key highlights from that game. Josh had one phenomenal run. His run. Crazy. That was crazy.
The 52-yarder?
Yeah, buddy.
Man. That was amazing.
The second longest by a quarterback in NFL history.
That was amazing.
NFL postseason history.
That was amazing too. Because there were at least 3 times in that play that they should have gotten him.
Now, question, because I saw Steelers fans bitching about this. Did you think that he tried to fake a slide and that's what freed him up? Because I thought he was just stutter stepping. I didn't think he faked the slide.
He be doing that though, because he got hit late in the game.
He did get one where he slid.
He slid.
Surprised
and they
everybody
hit him
by actually sliding.
And he hopped up like.
And they threw the flag.
Right. I mean, it was a flag,
but it's all right because they didn't give them the fumble on the sideline, and then they didn't call the pass interference. Like the officiating was bad across the board.
Either way, yeah, that definitely wasn't a fumble, or that definitely wasn't
out of bounds.
It
was recovered inbounds clearly.
That was 2 fumbles they received in a row, and they didn't want to give them 2 challenges.
Right. And you talking about when the tight end fumbled?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was definitely a fumble, and it was definitely still inbounds.
And both of those recovered by the Bills inbounds.
Both of those challenge plays were correct.
Yeah, and they didn't give it to him.
And that would have been right there on the 20-yard line.
Yeah,
it was right around. Yeah, it was right around there. Yeah, both of those plays were correct. They were Well, I don't mean correct because the first play they called incomplete.
Right.
No way that was incomplete, bitch. Run that back.
He dove and he lost it in his dive.
And then second,
and then
they ruled it incomplete as well, right?
No, they ruled
it out of bounds. They ruled it out of bounds, right? I'm tripping.
And how they didn't correct that one didn't make any sense to me.
They was just like, we can't give them that.
The Bills received it, and he even had his back to the sideline in bounds. Like he recovered it. Now, all of that only to be topped by Shakir.
Ooh, that run was crazy too.
Oh, dude,
that catch and run was crazy as fuck.
He was dead. He was dead to rights on the reception
when he ducked his head down. Dude was like, "What the fuck just happened?" This nigga ducking spun on the motherfucker. I told you, Khalil
touchdown.
Man.
So Kincaid caught one, Knox got one, and then
Knox. First half touchdown.
What did you expect?
I knew I should have put it on the tight end, man.
What did you expect in that game? I honestly didn't think Mason Rudolph would have put up what he put up.
Yeah, I think a couple of things happened there. We are beat up on defense, and that I don't know that Kenny does it.
I don't know that Kenny does the same thing.
No,
I don't think Kenny gets 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 229 yards on Buffalo. I don't think it happens. I think you reverse those stats. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
I mean, it should have been. No, I guess those were fumbles.
Nah, I can't lie. I can't lie. As much as I don't like the dude, I was pleasantly surprised with Mason. He showed a lot of fight in him.
Harris run.
He was willing to take off if he needed to slide for a first down. He was showing some go about him.
He had some grit.
Yeah, I can't lie. I wouldn't want him, but he did his thing for a 3rd string quarterback.
Right. And that's the big thing is, as a 3rd string.
And you remember throughout the season, I was saying, why is Mitch Trubisky playing over fucking Mason.
Right.
You gonna play Trubisky over Mason?
Poor Mitch.
Man,
He's
that
just
shit
been-
crazy as
Mitch
fuck.
is done.
Man, he should have been done. He should have been done in Chicago. Stick a fork in him.
So the other biggest news coming out of that game was linebacker going down, Bernard. I mean, he was top 15
37,
in
the one I was
tackles in
saying
the
I like.
league.
I don't think I saw that.
And they're still listing him as questionable for this week, but I hope he can play. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't even think I
they're
saw
already
that.
depleted at linebacker.
What
so
are they saying the injury was?
They just generic ankle.
Ankle.
I mean, honestly, looking at it on film, like because they replayed it, like it just looked like he rolled it.
Right. And you
So-
can be all right off that. Man, I just swear
Chiefs
it's
defense
just
is pretty solid though. So
these players are just,
Gotta be
and I'm
smart.
not saying him specifically. I'm just saying as a whole, it
Yeah.
doesn't look good for the NFL. Like y'all look soft.
I agree.
Shit. I mean, players.
No, it's the truth. It's not nothing. It's y'all look soft right now. And I know it's not up to them in some instances, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's a soft league. And I know it's a lot of players that feel that way as well, like mostly defensive as they
Yeah.
should. It's just a
you
soft
see that
league.
jam about Snead to Tyreek.
Oh my gosh, no, that cat is that what you talking about? Where he tried to catch the
Yeah.
screen? Oh my, didn't that put him out? That's what put him out, wasn't it?
Jimmy, oh, he get put out.
Yeah, he was out. He left the game. I don't know if that was the play because that was
I
the
don't think
end of
that
the
was.
game. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I didn't see the end of the game. I had to rewatch the highlights for the end. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
he got
that's
put
gonna be a
out. I
great
don't know
game.
if that was the play that put him out, but he got smacked. I was surprised that they didn't call a flag just because of how hard he got hit.
Hit, yeah.
And there wasn't nothing illegal about the hit, but when a defender is coming downhill and lays a hit, regardless if it's shoulder, they looking to throw a flag.
that's crazy.
They
And that's
man.
exactly how it was. Tyreek did not see that coming. He was on
I
him
would
too
want to play
fast.
defense, man.
Defense was my favorite. And back when
I
I
like
played,
it too.
back when we played, you could use your helmet. Are you
Yeah.
fucking serious? Man, they don't even let you use it anymore.
Nope.
We had a different face mask. They got way different type of stuff now.
They got high tech shit.
Right. I remember when they started out with the plastic joints. You remember them plastic ones and they used to look futuristic and come around your face and they had to replace them with the bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the bar cage where the running back would have this and the two right here. Like
Good revolution.
I was so
helmet,
mad I
yeah.
played running back and they didn't have that face mask for me. I was so fucking pissed. I had to wear the quarterback one with the, like it's only
With the
this right
bar?
here. Like it's not the bar. Like I'm not a punter back in the 70s. You know what I'm talking about? It was a whole bunch of bars and it only covered this part. It didn't have the two up top by you. I was upset.
All
But,
right, I do got to bounce.
Who's hitting them?
This will be the first time the Bills get the Chiefs in Buffalo.
Oh, and I'm sorry, before you say that, that's also what I meant to say when you said that. I think you also have an advantage because it's not an AFC championship game. That's a plus
agree
for
with that.
y'all as the Bills.
I agree with that, and I also think that we've beat them 3 out of the last 5 matchups. Like everybody wants to talk about, we've lost to them in the playoffs, and we have. But we've beaten them 3 out of the last 5 times we've seen them in Arrowhead. So getting them at home hopefully is a difference maker on that front.
Right.
And for my hit the showers goes to Taylor Swift. So.
You know she's gonna definitely be in New York.
She about to be there for sure.
She gonna be there doing rituals on stage.
Right.
No doubt.
Fuck.
All right, fellas.
All
Have
right,
a good
Mike.
one.
All right,
You
man.
too.
Good seeing you, dog. Be
Yeah,
safe.
All
we're
right,
gonna try
boo.
to help Travis get some catches.
Listen, I bet they've been sacrificing goats and shit in their bedroom for Travis's hands. And it hadn't been
Escape his
working.
front porch.
It definitely hadn't been. He said he's stupid. Listen.
You hear me? Better go ahead and put a
He
stick to
better
that
check
front
his
porch.
underwear drawer, all that bullshit, man.
Real talk. Yeah, I would be superstitious if I was like, especially in the playoffs. I don't know. Like, I would be locked in. Like, I can't fuck around with you.
I wonder if Travis did he go to a Taylor Swift concert?
You know he's had to have, because you can't just.
I'm
not
sure
be
he
with her
has
or not.
now that he's been with her. But my question
yeah.
was, do you
Prior?
think he
Probably.
went right?
Probably.
Because I think if I was in that situation, right, like if I was in a Travis Kelce situation and I seen that shit, I'd be like, oh, no, that's not the one.
Mike got that
Yeah.
beatbox.
So you
But
want
that's
her
what I'm
before?
saying. If that's exactly what I'm saying. If I saw it beforehand, like if I saw the concert and all this shit beforehand, I would be thinking like there's some weird shit going on here. I don't think that's not the one. I can't do it. Afterwards, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you never know. Like you never know the situation or the circumstance. This may be good for my pockets. I'm enjoying the situation.
Right. I'm having
No,
fun.
don't
I'm
do
having
that.
fun.
I know some Taylor Swift songs.
Oh, I mean, she got some
Vibed
bangers.
out.
She got some bangers. I'm just saying, like, the weird shit is beyond me. Like, the weird shit is what
Sold
throws
out 35,000 people,
me. Yeah, I mean,
40,000.
at that, I'm not gonna get into it. I was about to say, at that point, though, like, yeah, you were part of a cult. If you just watched her do a whole fucking ritual on stage, I'm sure you fucking hypnotized as well. The fuck? So I'm sure it adds. I'm sure that number grows each show she does, which is why she never leaves tour. Other than a fucking Kansas City game. The fuck? And we gotta see your offbeat swag surf in the motherfucking skybox every 5 minutes because they want to put you on camera.
The views go up every time the Chiefs on.
Right. And you know who watch it.
There's so many Chiefs fans.
You know who watch it. The cult followers. That's who's watching. That's what I'm saying. You know, everybody watches football. Well, not everybody, but you can get, like, the NFL can gauge, you know, what games do what numbers because they know who watches football.
Right, they have analytics.
Right, but once you bring in a Taylor Swift into the situation, of course the Chief games get the most views because they're wanting to see Taylor Swift's offbeat swag surf in the skybox. You know what I'm saying? The Swifties is like, oh my gosh, she vibing out. Like, we love Travis.
Custom Kelce coat.
You know what I'm saying? Let me start bedazzling something immediately with 87 on it.
They said the 49ers fullbacks wise made them custom jackets.
For real?
Yeah,
Nah, I guarantee you what you gonna start seeing is you gonna start seeing these young bucks. Like, I mean, like the rookies and shit that really got game. Like, you gonna start seeing them pop out with different females like that they think will bring them more attention. Mark my words. Right now, January, what is it, 17th? Mark my words. You're going to start seeing young bucks start getting with females that they think can garner them more attention at their games. And you're going to start seeing the NFL flash to the motherfucking audience like NBA games to show, oh, we got Jack Nicklaus in the building. You know he's in the building. He's at every fucking LA game. You don't need to show them.
What's wrong with
I'm
that?
sure a lot of them got chicks now. They just don't show them. They not on Taylor Swift level.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though. Now that we know that you can garner attention like this from you
Unless you got
being,
Megan Thee Stallion in the crowd or something, like, who
listen,
else is
I don't
gonna
know.
beat it?
Maybe that's the crossover. Maybe you start seeing the sports industry and the entertainment industry mesh like that. I mean, the Kardashians were the first one. They were the trailblazers of this shit. Like,
Yeah, so
they just didn't want to flash the camera to somebody that's like, what do we know you for other than a bop? Like Swifty, she's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's rewriting songs and hypnotizing fans. Like, that's where the money's at. Listen, Kim Kardashian was hypnotizing. That was really Chris Kardashian hypnotizing fans. Let's keep it a buck. But you know what I'm saying. How did we get here in the first place? Y'all gonna get me in trouble.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
He said, y'all gonna get me in trouble.
The fuck?
He then went down the road. Now I don't even know how we got here, but we was talking about Taylor Swift's impact and
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kelsey if he messed with her, like if he was
he
into
said
her.
there's gonna be other people in the crowd like that,
Right.
but I doubt it because there's not many people on that level.
Nah, it's not on that level, but people are watching the blueprint. You feel what I'm saying? And they know that there's a chance that they could get it done with less. Am I gonna get it done to that level? Obviously not, but I
Like
can
you said,
definitely
unless it's a Kylie or something, a Jenner
watch.
or a
Here, listen.
Kardashian.
I already said what was gonna happen, right? Let me get more specific. Watch somebody get drafted to a specific city and pop out with an entertainer that's from that city. Oh yeah, you're gonna see a boost in jersey sales. Of course, the
CJ pop out with Megan Thee Stallion.
listen. Now he ain't doing that. He on this
Christian stuff.
you know, right? Like you can't. I mean, you can do that.
Can.
You definitely
definitely
can do
can.
that.
That's messy.
It is a little messy, but you can do that. You just have to
And it's
address
a
it
super
immediately. What my girl does is her thing. What I do is my thing.
boost. Yeah.
But
It's a
we're both
super
God
boost.
fearing, you know, shit like that.
That's how she got what she got. She goes to, yeah.
Yeah, it can happen, but that's a good example.
Yeah.
Like CJ popping out with Megan Thee Stallion. Oh yes, his jersey sales are gonna go up in
What?
Texas because the girls are now gonna be buying them and turning them into dresses.
The
We're gonna be back to the 2003s and 4s where chicks is wearing jersey dresses again. If Houston pops out with Megan Thee Stallion and CJ Stroud,
Man,
the
he's
fuck?
gonna be hot with that. Don't let him hit no Super Bowl.
Listen, that might be the catalyst. Let CJ win the Super Bowl and see what happens. Disneyland ain't where that motherfucker gonna announce he going. He said I'm going to King of Diamonds in this bitch. No, it's funny.
You see where they got them little William wings? Them little pepper wings?
You know? Listen, let me stop. Let me stop. What were we talking about? I'm lost. You done got me on the Taylor Swift train.
We didn't talk about all the
Kelsey.
playoff. We never did talk about all the playoff.
We never talked about what now?
All the playoff games, right? That's what we.
Well, yeah, we touched on most of them. Yeah, we touched on the Browns, Texans, Dolphins, Chiefs, Rams, Lions, Eagles, Bucks, and the Bills, Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, we touched on the most of them. I do want to the top. We talked about the top wide receivers, didn't we? No, we didn't.
Mm-mm.
CeeDee Lamb got number one.
Of course.
He had 1,749 yards, 135 receptions, 12 touchdowns. I don't know how I feel about that because Tyreek Hill was number two with 1,799 yards, 119 receptions, and 13 touchdowns. So why would he not be above CD?
Shit.
He got more yards and touchdowns off of less receptions. Not only less receptions, but 20 less. Well, almost 20 less.
Maybe his average yards per. I don't know how they compute that. Shit.
No, because his average yards per catch would have to be shitting CDs with 119 and almost 1,800 to him getting 135, 1,750. And more touchdowns. I just don't understand that. But three is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He got 1,515 yards off of 119 receptions, 10 touchdowns.
So we go. Remember with that list we did?
Yeah, back in the day. That I can't remember. Let me see if it's this book or not.
I had at least Tyreek on mine.
I mean, everybody probably had
Yeah,
Tyreek on their shit.
Oh, I should have looked this up before
Who else I
I
had?
did the show.
I know I didn't say CD now or St. Brown.
No, I don't think I did it. I'm sure.
I know I said Chase as like a fourth.
Yeah, I thought, man.
Okay, it might be in this book
Definitely
because
probably put JJ on there. And Devontae, I remember that.
JJ.
that's Madden ratings. That's boxing.
I said I got
Damn.
that MVP spot right though.
You say you got what?
That MVP spot.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you definitely didn't get that right. You've been screaming Lamar the whole motherfucking year.
That's who it is.
They gonna change it at the last minute. Oh, they already announced it?
Hell, man, that's my motherfucking MVP.
All right.
That's basketball. Damn, I know it's in here though.
It was a preseason pick thing, like
Right. This is wait, predictions for it's a fight. It's a fight. Damn.
yo,
I'm gonna have to do that. We're going to do that next episode. I'm gonna have to find that and we're gonna compare because I'm not about to. This is draft. Did we do it before or after the draft?
Both.
Shut up.
it was before.
What did we? I don't even remember this list until y'all brought it up. What did we do a list on?
It might be like the best, who we thought the best players would be at their right.
Mm-hmm. You can get like linebackers, I think, in the end.
If it's before, it could be in the last book. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I kind of want to know the ends, though. I probably said Bobby Wagner.
Hell.
You know what? I don't know that you didn't. That sounds familiar.
He never said it.
I feel like I did because I know how Bobby was coming when he was going back to the Seahawks.
Man, stop this.
Man, find him. I swear.
No, you but Bobby ain't.
Hey, you know I've been sending y'all clips, so I got that video.
Bobby ain't.
Top DB core.
Right in the history book.
Bobby more like Bobby Brown.
Okay, so I found it.
I've been clip.
Found it.
No, you see like the leading tackles.
You said.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit.
Defensive end.
No, I don't know who else said it. Linebacker though.
Defensive end, you said Judon Parsons, T.J. Watt.
Trash.
So you got T.J. Watt right out of that.
And Parsons probably.
Hell no.
No, you ain't get Parsons right.
Parsons ain't shit.
um,
That nigga put a Zion Williams.
He gonna be all pro. He definitely wasn't he a Pro Bowl all pro? What?
Nah, it was past tense.
okay, so no, so it was Q who said Bobby Wagner. Q said Demario Davis, Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. You said Fred Warner, Roquan Smith, Matt Milano. So you got Roquan Smith, right?
Oh man. Wow. Let's see.
I said Roquan Smith too. And so did Mount.
Okay.
You know, big dog shit.
Where was we at on wide receivers? I said Garrett Wilson, and I'm sure I was assuming that Aaron Rodgers would be around. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams.
Far off.
Yeah, completely.
Trey Tucker.
Malk said Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, all 1,000-yard receivers.
Yeah, keep it a buck. CT said Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, all of us was off except for the Hills.
What about us, folks?
What you mean? Top wide receivers? Where's Stephon Diggs fall on the list?
I think he fell 5th.
What I said.
Stephon Diggs fell 7th. He was 7th on the list.
Well, that's Josh Allen's fault.
With 1,183 yards, 107 receptions, 8 touchdowns.
Josh gotta get him the ball more.
But they had 2 people above him with 4 touchdowns. They did have more yards. No, they got less yards.
Yeah, that shit don't make sense.
And more receptions. Michael Pittman. Oh, and I just noticed they put a tight end in top receiving with Evan Ingram. But either way, I would say Stephon Diggs should go above them. Still in the top 3, though, by no means. So, yeah, that didn't work.
Where Justin Jefferson fall at? Motherfucker got hurt.
I don't know.
He probably, because I know he got like I said,
he still barely got 1,000.
Yeah, he still got 1,000, but I don't know. I didn't even write it down. It was too. Yeah, it was too far down the list. But that's what I'm saying. Because I just do top 5 in honorable mentions. But let's see what we did on these running backs. Well, first, to announce the running backs, of course, number 1, Christian McCaffrey, 1,459 yards, 272 carries, 14 touchdowns. Number 2, Derrick Henry, 1,100 yards, 1,167 yards, 280 carries, 12 touchdowns. Then you got Kyron Williams for the Rams. He had 1,144 yards, 228 carries, 12 touchdowns. Then it really drops off. James Cook was 4. He only had 2 touchdowns, but he had 1,122 yards. DeAndre Swift was 5, 1,049 yards, 229 carries, 5 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert was 10. He had 1,012 yards, 209 carries with 18 touchdowns. He had the most rushing touchdowns in the league. So I don't know why he's 10, even though he only had 1,000 yards. He had less carries than all them other motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know. He probably had the most 20-yard runs too. So
I was looking at all that shit, but I didn't write that down. They do plus 20, plus 40, all that. I'm not writing all that, but I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're absolutely right. I bet he had the most long, big rushing yards. Whatever I'm trying to say.
He had a
But
lot of receiving yards too, though. I don't know how
oh
they count
fuck,
that.
my dumb ass. Oh, and I flipped right back to it. Look at my motherfucking touch. Oh, I had the most worst Russian. I said Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon wasn't even rushing everything for
Listen,
real.
CT got it right. Other than Tony Pollard, he had Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard.
And Tony.
And Malk had Jacobs, McCaffrey, Henry.
So I got 2 right then.
Yeah, you got 2 out of the 3.
No.
Just not the best order.
Malk sounded like he copied my answers.
So no, that's some real nigga shit. You know?
I actually would have picked Malk's over yours. Just, you know.
I think when I was giving mine, I don't think like you might have been ranking yours.
Tony
I think
Pollard
I
had a
might have
better
just been
team, though.
giving mine through. I don't think I was ranking them.
Right. Trying to see
I'm
what.
giving it to the guy that made the playoffs over the guy that didn't make the playoffs.
Man, stop that, because it's individual stats.
I'm just trying to find something.
I don't even have that. Yeah, I don't have the D line. I was looking that up right before the show, but I couldn't find a list that like made sense statistically. You know, it just seemed like people was just saying shit.
Just a bunch of
Myles
opinions.
Garrett probably number 1.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And Watt.
Well, TJ might be. It's between them two, 1 and 2, I would imagine.
True. It was third big.
I wouldn't be surprised if the third wasn't Max.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Candidate.
I wish I would have actually looked it up, and now I did lose the page. Fucking
Before the screen.
Oh, no, it's a preseason schedule. There you go. Yeah, mine was off. I said,
What'd you have?
I said Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, Chase Young. Mark said Nick Bosa, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. You said Judon, Parsons, Watt.
Oh yeah, we already said that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And then we did D tackle too, but I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find the list next episode to see if I can't figure out how they rank it. But as far as the pick'ems last week, I won like I be doing.
Okay.
Did you?
I won like I be doing. You got the Bills spread, right? Bills 14.
You know.
But we all missed the Browns. You missed the Cowboys, Mount. That's what gave me the win.
Damn.
The Browns is the only one I missed.
Yeah, I was probably off last week.
You was off on the Browns. You picked the Steelers. You picked the Rams, and you picked the Eagles. That's what I'm saying. You pick your pick'ems like I know you pick your bets. You an underdog guy.
Who is
That's why I don't
CT?
defend so.
Oh, I found the top. I mean, this is according to Pro, football. What's
PF.
I don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
But it says interior defenders were Dexter Lawrence for the Giants, Aaron Donald for the Rams, and Quentin Williams for the Jets.
Okay, wait. So you said Quentin Williams, Aaron Donald, and Dexter Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you actually got two.
You know, a dog gonna be a dog, man.
So we all got two, but CT.
What other position you want me to look at?
CT said Chris Jones, Aaron Donald. Oh no, you got two too. So everybody got two.
They got
And then
edge
he tried to
defenders.
sneak in a fourth with your motherfucking
Right.
ass, Calais
They-
Campbell.
They got edge defenders, linebackers, safeties,
Hey,
cornerbacks.
Calais low-key had a good season, I think, didn't
Yeah, no, he didn't have a bad one, but you gonna give
He
you a
was.
I didn't know
three
he
and
was
then just
still in the
add
league.
a safety. Who'd you
I
say
think
for
I
edge?
seen him in Vegas.
I'm about to click on it. Come on, motherfucker, down.
Yeah, Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, Aaron Donald.
Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons.
For the top three on edge?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Watt?
Right. I don't see how Watt was below Parsons.
Let's see.
And you had Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, so you would have two out of that.
That is weird because I even looked at linebackers. They don't got Watt's name on there. What the fuck they got going on with their list?
Yeah, I don't see how TJ wouldn't be on there.
He's not under edge defender. He's not under. I'm about to type in his name.
CT did have Micah Parsons and TJ Watt, but
His name's not even coming up.
I remember we had this issue when we made this list because I said y'all are picking linebackers with Micah Parsons and shit like that, but they had them listed as both, I believe.
Harder position up here.
Yeah, I remember that episode now. But yeah, I mean, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. What was I about to say? Let's get into these pick'ems here. I don't know unless y'all got anything that
Marvin
we didn't.
Harrison declared for the NFL.
Oh yeah,
draft.
Marvin Harrison declared, which I was wrong about. I thought he was gonna stay. Jason Kelce retired.
Yeah, he said he was done as soon as he hit the locker room.
Which
he
is
was done middle of the game.
Which is another tragedy for y'all.
No, that just comes with the guard, man. That's just we already had drafted.
No, definitely. But the question is
drafted other linemen though.
Right, and I remember you had what's his name? It's not Jurgens. Yeah, Jurgens.
Cam Beef Jurgens from Bama. He's been studying under Kelce.
You think he ready though?
Yeah, he's been in the league for like 3 or 4 years now. Yeah, I mean, center is a tough position, but like he's worked with Jason Kelce
right,
daily, and you still got the other right guys there, the other vets, Lane Johnson.
Right.
And there's another guy.
Yeah, Jason Kelce may be the best center of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but that's But I can't lie, I did like Jeff Saturday though. Gotta give Jeff
Saturday was all right.
Jeff Saturday was a dog, but
call him Sunday.
Yeah. Jason Kelce retired.
Call him
Chargers, Raiders have interest in Jim Harbaugh, Max Crosby, in full support of Antonio Pierce.
Right. Nobody but Pierce.
Nobody but Pierce. You gotta go with him.
Nobody but Pierce for
Caleb Williams, punk ass. intends to. Well, he did declare. I'm sorry, he did officially.
I seen Bill
declare
Belichick went down
Right.
to Atlanta for a visit.
Bill Belichick went to Atlanta for an interview
With Caleb?
Who?
Oh no, you talking about an interview with? I'm tripping with the
No, CT's
Falcons
talking
as
about
head
Belichick
coach.
Yeah, Caleb finally declared on the last day of the day.
Mhm.
Weak ass dude.
Like,
Right,
go cut it with your dogs.
Saints fired offensive coordinator Pete Carmichael after 15 seasons, so Carr's gonna get a new coordinator again.
Well, he's not. He's used to that. So
Right. And then last thing I had was Saints general manager stated his decision to retain Dennis Allen head coach. He said he compared it to Bill Belichick and Tom Landry struggled at the beginning. So he's saying give him time, I guess is what he's trying to get at.
I like that. I like that. I would like that trend to come back into play.
Right.
So I like that.
Yeah, let me see these games.
And I don't really have nothing. So we can do our picks and then our hit 'ems, and we'll call it a episode.
But yep.
Yeah, season getting shorter and shorter.
Saturday's games: Texans, Ravens.
I'm gonna say Ravens by 10.
Ravens 38-14.
Oh, he gave a number. I'm gonna put that down too. Ravens. You're gonna make me do math when I have to go back to 38-14. You putting that bet in? Exact score? You ever notice that when you put the bet in and it doesn't make sense, the exact score can't be parlayed? Like, why do I have to bet on
I
it?
never try to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do I have to bet on it by itself? And then
Right.
another thing
That's
is,
crazy.
I mean, you can't group it with other stuff.
right.
Yeah.
And then another thing is, they don't allow you to enter the correct score. They list the correct scores, and some of them are missing.
That shit's rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they think I don't be seeing that shit. I be looking like, well, why can't I do 34-16? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that not an option?
Right. Like, why? What's the?
And I doubt it ever lands on that, but either way, I want all options. Let me type in what I think this score gonna be.
Right. Let me.
And then
Do it for me.
hire an AI, like I already know y'all got in y'all shit, to calculate what the odds would be.
Right.
I don't care if you give me same odds as a similar, you know what I'm saying? Like number.
Right.
Just
Right.
let me pick my own score.
Yeah.
I
Let me be in control of it.
I think this game I'm going Texans for real.
Really?
I think I'm going upset. I'm going Texans 6. That's what I'm doing there. Packers Niners, another Saturday game.
I got Niners by 14. I think that's gonna be tough, man. I think this is where it gets tough because you got the Niners defense, and that offense is gonna be hard to shit. Jair Alexander, but I hope he can try to do something with Devo.
I don't know how I feel about
I got
this
the
game
49ers
either.
by 10.
I can definitely
I
see
think Jordan. I like the way he's been throwing that ball though, man. He throw that ball good.
49ers 3. 49ers 3. I can see an upset though.
See an upset.
I could see an upset.
I mean, I could too, but
I don't know. Not this week. Aaron Jones was healthy though.
Think long, think wrong, but I think I might switch mine. I'm going Packers 3. I'm gonna do the pack. I'm gonna just change the yeah. Stop the madness. Bucks Lions.
I had picked the Lions,
Lions
by 10.
Yeah. That's all right.
I got Lions
by
13.
10.
Lions
I got
13
the
for me.
Bucks by 7.
Ooh, okay, now they're gonna upset alert. Okay then. And then them is a Sunday game for anybody listening. Chiefs Bills. What y'all feel about that? This one like I said,
this where it gets bitty.
Yeah, there are pluses for the Bills. I think the plus is the fact that they get a home game. The plus is also the fact that it's not a fucking conference championship.
Yeah.
Those are both pluses for the Bills.
I got the
No, Patty don't really lose like that.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely correct, Mal.
Riding with Patty's like riding with Steph Curry. You know what I mean? You count him out, but
Right.
Time again, boy.
I got Patty Mahomes by 10.
Okay.
No, I picked 6. That's right. Okay. Pick something different. All right, CT Ski.
Patty Mahomes by 10.
And I'm already did all the anytime touchdown scores.
Patty by 10.
I put my pick in after the show.
I'm going Bills.
With the Bills, huh?
I'm going Bills 13.
Okay.
I don't know where the fuck this nigga at.
Bills 13.
Already gave you my score.
He said Chiefs what?
Yeah.
I said Chiefs by 6.
Oh, okay.
Chiefs by 6.
Alright.
That's so accurate.
Who we got hitting them?
All right. Well, I gave a free one to Jerry Jones because
Mine goes to AJ Brown.
Yeah,
AJ Brown for being at the event and not at the game.
Yeah, him and the whole Eagles squad. From top to bottom, they got to be mine too.
He said he's doing a James Harden out of town.
I forgot about that.
That's atrocious. That shit's unnecessary.
That's tough. That's tough for the organization.
You erased all your shit.
Yeah, mine's going to
That's some shit I owed you. You know what
I
I mean?
swear.
Go online and start changing this shit. Like, you know. Okay.
My boy crying his way out of
That's all right.
Yeah,
they don't show. He'll be in Meek Mill's next this song, but they don't show no brotherly love. hit the showers.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't top that.
Next comedy special and all that.
He said I can't top that.
I can't top that hit him, so I don't know. I can't top that. My nigga ain't show up to practice. He said, "Fuck it, listen, I ain't."
You ain't too.
Yeah, I can't top that. I think that the Las Vegas Raiders should hit the showers.
Why?
For even considering to interview Harbaugh.
Man, you can't. What you mean? That's a natty winner.
To even
what?
consider thinking about hiring Harbaugh.
The last name alone holds rank. Let's be honest.
To even think about
You can say that.
Hiring Jim.
But what's his brother
Harbaugh.
doing, Cliff? What's his brother doing, Cliff?
Well, he's not up for interview. He's not putting his app out.
No, my whole point is his brother's in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Home field advantage. That name holds weight. That's what I'm saying. That Harbaugh name itself holds weight. And the fact that he just won a natty and his brother's in the league doing it, oh yeah, they're like, oh yeah, let's get the other one back. Mm-hmm. That's all that. That's what that is.
But has he not been here before?
What you mean?
Has he not been a coach prior in the NFL?
Yeah, but you know how it goes for certain guys. Like Nick Saban didn't have a good tenure in the NFL, had to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Harbaugh finally got his feet wet at the end in college. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get back and see what he can do again in the NFL.
That's his last.
Coaches do this all the time.
But is Nick Saban coaching in the NFL or is he retired?
He's retired. But look what he did when he was in the NFL. He ain't do shit.
Right. The same like Harbaugh, which is why he dropped down to college.
No, Cliff Harbaugh took his team to the Super Bowl. They had the Harbaugh Bowl. Did you forget?
Yeah, I remember.
Come on now, bro. Don't disrespect him. At least not make it seem like he ain't go to a Super Bowl or something. Like, this nigga's been coaching forever. They could never say that.
No, you right about that.
He really got blackballed, which made him have to go to college. I don't remember didn't some incident happen or something? I'm telling you, something happened in the league. Or maybe when that Collins shit happened, I think it fucked him up too.
The McCaffrey thing? Colin McCaffrey?
Yeah, no.
When Harbaugh was the coach. Remember, he was Kaepernick.
No, Kaepernick.
That's what I'm saying. I think when that Kaepernick shit went down, I think because he, let him be him, I think they blackballed him.
That could be definitely correct. That could be definitely correct. My motherfucking eye is killing me. I don't know what's going on. But
so I'm about to hit the gym.
handle your business. I'm still giving my headums to the Raiders. To the shower heads, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell the enemy, to that motherfucker the troll. We'll catch y'all next Wednesday. We out this bitch.
Touchdown parlay.
I already got mine together. Y'all late.
Bet.